What's up YouTube, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the best list to pull this month in your wholesale real estate business. I was able to do some research on the real estate market as a whole and compile a list of from Propstream that you should target in your business right now. I think wintertime is actually one of the most untapped potential for real estate because businesses slow down, people are not buying homes as fast, and people are not looking to sell their house as fast. But then again, you can find the biggest discounts, especially people who need to sell maybe before Christmas, maybe people who need to sell when it's cold outside and people are just not buying because it's colder weather. But these are the times where you can get homes at such a great deal that you can either hold onto it for rental, flip the project, or just wholesale the property. So I'm going to pull up Propstream on my computer screen, and then we're going to just drill into the different lists that you should be targeting right now in your business. If you're interested in Propstream, check my link down below. With my link, you get a 7 free day trial. All right, so I just want to first show you all this infographic that I got from a statistical company that does a lot of stats on the real estate market. And they said the best day to buy a home is January 9th. Total sales around 88,000. Median price is 190,000. And so what they did is that they looked at home sales over the past 10 years, starting in 2013 to 2022. And they looked at different things like median sale price, interest rates around that time, and just other factors to determine when is the best time to buy a house, which is the best specific day to buy a house. And they determined January 9th, and that's just around the corner. And I think this is good for you all to understand that during these colder months, you can find really good deals on real estate. And if someone's looking to sell, they understand the market, especially it being cold outside, and so they're more than likely to sell at a discount. And so with that, we're going to look for a list that our investors are looking to buy. So let's say our investor is looking to flip a property or hold as a rental. We're just going to find those type of properties that fit their criteria. Just looking at this other infographic, most of the other good days to buy a house, it's in colder months, October, November, December, and one in September. So, during the winter months, it seems like it starts to ramp up probably in February. Springtime is coming and whatnot, and it's back up like end of March, early April. But October actually has a lot of dates on here. I think they said October was one of the best months to get one. To get a property. But yeah, I thought this was interesting to help us guide us to Propstream. So I just chose a random city, St. Louis, Missouri. And so what we're going to do here, we're going to filter here, and I'm going to pull a generic list, and I'm going to go non-owner occupied vacant properties. Everyone loves these lists, and I don't know if, okay, what's happening right now? Here we go. There we go. Okay. So property characteristics, we're going to keep it a single family. So we're looking for vacant properties, vacant high equity properties. It is a generic list, but during this time, even other wholesalers are probably slowing down their business for the winter, especially during the holidays. So ownership information, I want them to own the property, let's say a good 7 years. And then from there, we're going to go to valuation and equity. We want high equity. I'm going to put 70% estimated equity. So it's under valuation and equity info, estimated equity, just like that. And that's essentially what I would do. I will make sure it's not on market. So I'll put not on market right here. And then from there, we have our list, about 2,500, a good list that you can target. You can take 500 at a time. If you're sending mailers, if you're sending texts, if you're doing phone calls, I think this is a solid amount of lists that if you have the right people around you, you can knock it out in a week, especially if you're sending texts. Or if you're cold calling, you have multiple cold callers, you can do that. But if this is something that you're doing by yourself, then yeah, going through 2,000 can take a while, especially if you're cold calling. But just have a dialer. There are different dialers out there that you can use, and you can knock out that list. That by the time maybe January 9th come, you can get yourself a property. But overall, January, the whole month of January, you can find great deals. So yeah, that's the first list I would target right now this month in my wholesale real estate business. The next list that I'm going to target is pre-foreclosures. As you all know, there was a moratorium with foreclosures during the pandemic, and foreclosures are starting to ramp up. And so I think that's just a list that you should just have. You just need to target all the time. So with that, we're going to go back to filters. We're going to exit out of all of these. And we're just going to use the quick list choice option right here and click pre-foreclosure. And right here, they have a list about 376 properties, great amount of properties that you can target. And you can talk to the owners, have them tell you the situation they're in. Let's say you're doing sub 2. You can easily sub to this, catch up on the payments and then sub to the deal. And so, and sub 2 is just essentially taking hold of a property that a property owner owes money on, and you taking care of the mortgage payment, and they just essentially sell you the house as long as you catch up on their payments and you pay the mortgage payments every month. Sometimes they may ask for money on top of that if they do have equity on the property, but a lot of times these property owners are in a dire situation, and so they just want to get rid of the property. And the good thing about that is with sub 2, you can usually get a lower interest rate than the interest rate that is currently being marketed right now, because interest rates are in the 7s right now. And if someone bought their property, in the last before, let's say, summer 2022, you most likely will find a property lower than 4% or around 4%. And so that's very attractive to your end buyer, especially if they're looking for rentals. Be like, hey, I sub to this deal. I can sell you this sub to for a $15,000 assignment fee, $20,000 assignment fee. Let's think large, you all. And so that's another list that I will target pre-foreclosure, where you can actually sub to that. Or if you don't want to sub to it, of course, you can just do the typical wholesale deal, and you can, take that property out of pre-foreclosure and sell it to an end buyer, especially if they have equity. The next list I'm going to target is a list that is very, how can I say, is very filtered down. It's called zombie properties. And there's only 62. And I like zombie properties because they give you 2 layers of filters. So these are properties that are vacant, and at the same time, they're in pre-foreclosure, right? And so you have these, these 2 forces, these 2 distress situations on this property. And so that's what I would do with my list. I would target this list, and you can easily just quick list it on Propstream. Check my link down below if you're interested in Propstream. And so yeah, I'll just do that. But let me give you all another list, especially as we round the year off and things of that nature. So what I would do is I would look for properties, that are not vacant. Actually, I'll look for tired landlords. And so I would put owner occupied, no, okay? But I'm not going to put vacant this time. Last time we did vacant. And so I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to do single family properties. Let's just keep it there. MLS status, I don't want it to be on the market. Ownership information. Now, a lot of rentals are owned by corporations. So we're just going to target individuals. Now, years of ownership, we're going to put 7 again. Now down here, this is what we're going to do different than our vacant list. We're going to put numbers of properties owned. We're going to put that a little bit higher because we want maybe them to have multiple homes, but not too much where it's all like, oh, they know what to do with this property. So I'll just put like at least 3 minimum properties owned, and I'll drop my list down. And then valuation and equity, I want a good amount again, so I'm going to put 70% here. And then down here you have a list of 5,000. Another thing is that you can do is if you want to target people that own a property, but let's say business is not their main thing. What you can actually do is not put 3 over here, but put 3 over here. So this is probably like someone who just wanted to get a property, or maybe they got a property through inheritance. And so maybe they got a second one. And so they have their own home and then they have another property, right, that they're renting out. Then you could do something like 3, or even go down in 2. So they own their own property and probably they're renting out another property. And they just have that one property that they've been holding on to. That's another great list. This is probably the best filter way to do that. All right, you all, hope you all enjoyed this video of the different lists that you should target on Propstream. Make sure you all check my link down below to get a 7 free day trial. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, comment down below, and I'll talk to you all later.